Hello everybody again, and sorry I've been absent for a while. It's been a bit of a manic few months since I did the last video, which was way back in September, after the Italian holiday. So I haven't had a lot of time to junk journal, but I have finally finished something I've been working on for a little while, which is a junk journal for a friend of mine who's an artist and who also very kindly gave me a load of crafting supplies and all sorts of stuff from her clear out of her house after her mum died, who was a major craft hoarder. And she needed to get rid of a load of stuff that she knew she wasn't going to use, and she knew that I probably was. So I thought, as a thank you and as a somewhat belated birthday present, I would make her a junk journal that she could potentially use to do sort of crafty things, paintings, maybe do some collage, whatever. And so I've also made her a few packets, and I'll go through these as well, a few sort of little packets of things to go with it that she might like to use. So I'm finally getting the video done, as I'm actually going to give this to her tomorrow. So it shouldn't take long because there's not actually a lot in it, it's just a lot of different types of plain paper, but I thought I'd give you a look. The package that I made, this wonderful, well, I think it's rather wonderful, paper bag made from music paper. I learned how to do this from a tutorial by Tracie, so I will try and remember to link that in the comments underneath so you can go and take a look. Unfortunately, the music paper I used was really quite fragile, so pretty much along all of the edges it started to crack. So I just put washi tape along all of it, and I think it actually turned out quite well. But it's certainly a thing to check before you try and make any bags out of old music paper or anything, just how brittle it is. Just give it a fold and see how well it stands up, because I didn't find out until after I'd made the bag. And I wasn't going to put that to waste, so here we go. So anyway, then I've just put some ribbon to tie it together, and then all I did was fold the top over and punch through just with my one hole punch, so that I could fold it over and tie it in. And then this is the journal, and as you can see, it's pretty plain. This is some of the material she gave me, which is just a gorgeous silk, sort of a what would you call that, sort of pinky brown really, but it's a really lovely colour and it's a lovely texture. And the cover is just a Reader's Digest book. So I literally just recovered a Reader's Digest book. I did give the surface a little bit of a sand down just to make it rougher, just to make sure it would stick. And then I just stuck the material on with Fabri-Tac. And then on the inside, so obviously I folded all over here, and then on the inside I just stuck down some sort of thin craft paper stuff that I like the look of. And then this was a picture from, I think it possibly was a pack of papers that I got off eBay or Etsy or something, but I really loved it, and I thought I just liked the sort of look of it, and I think she'll like it too. And then I've done the spine, probably just see, so as far as the spine goes, rather than stitching it directly into the book, because I quite like having just a plain spine, I cut a piece of thick cardboard to fit this length here, this width here, sorry, and then the length all the way down. That with the same material, and then stitched the signatures onto the board and then stuck the board in. So that's just my way, and I think lots of other people do it as well, but it's just my way of avoiding having stitching on the outside, which in this case I just wanted to keep it really plain and simple. I did originally think about putting this on the outside, but I just couldn't figure a way to do it that wasn't going to end up with being bashed around, so that's something I need to think about. And then it's got 3 signatures, which are literally just, and I'll flick through them, a real range of different papers. So what I thought she could do is either use it to paint on, use it to stick things on collage, or even just tear it out and use it in something else if she wants to. So I've got things like vellum, craft tape paper. This was many moons ago. I went travelling after I finished uni, and got to go up and around Nepal. I was really lucky, and they do this handmade paper there. I can't remember exactly what it's made from, but it's made from a local bush, and there's a particular name for it, and it's lovely and thin, but it's got this great sort of fibrous quality to it. So I included that, some pages from sketch journals, so it's good enough paper for her to paint on. More brown, I think this is just some wrapping paper, some more sketching paper, some lined tea-dyed paper, I think this is packaging paper. This is that same Nepali paper, but I avocado dyed it, and I'm really quite pleased with how it turned out. I think it's a gorgeous colour. Some more tea dyed plain paper, sketch paper, tea dyed lined. This is just plain index cards that I've tea dyed squared paper, more sketch paper, and then in the middle of each signature I've just put a page from an art book with some pictures on it that I like the look of. I may go in and just put something on the end of these. I'll have a think about that, or I'll just leave them and cut them short. And then basically all through the other side, so the same again but the other way round. Do you love that? That's turned out so well. And then signature, there we go. Oh yes, and each of these pages was stamped with a design. That's the word I'm looking at, design of some sort or another, which I just thought was lovely. And then second signature, so as you can see, pretty much more of the same. Avocado dyed plain paper, more lined paper, some more brown paper, sketch paper, more of that avocado dyed Nepali paper. These are pages from a book that had craft paper in it that I liked and dismantled, and then more of that's sort of parchment paper. So just a real mix of different things that I thought she could play around with. This is some lovely handmade paper that I bought when I went to Italy with a friend of mine, and we went to Amalfi, which apparently is one of the places in Europe they first started making paper out of wood pulp. Could be wrong, could be my dodgy memory. And my friend was just a little bit resigned to the fact we then had to go around the paper factory and museum because she knows what I'm like. And I inevitably bought some paper. So I put one in there, more brown paper, parchment paper, more of the Nepali paper, nice thick sketch paper again, craft paper. And I mean, some of these are literally just thick packing paper that I quite like the texture of, but it's sort of smooth on one side, a bit rougher on the other, so she can use it how she likes. More avocado dyed paper and a bit more vellum. So I put each signature, basically, I just put vellum around it. I just thought that looked quite nice. And then the last one is, again, that's some really nice thick brown paper. Might actually have been what a loaf came in or something. A bit more packing paper. I suspect that might have come from IKEA. That's some more sort of actually I think this might have been a book cover from the same journal actually, so made the same way but slightly different texture. That's some sort of handmade paper that I avocado dyed. Some grid paper, some more. This is a different Italian paper. Which just tells me I might have this book upside down. Let's have a little look. Can't really tell. No, I haven't. I've just stitched it in upside down because I've just noticed the watermark. But again, this is one that's got petals in a sort of included in the paper in the process. So I just thought that was quite lovely. Another couple of pictures. There you can really see the petal there. It's gorgeous. I think that might have been the bread bag. And just more of the same. So I'm hoping that she'll really find it useful just to play around with, really. Might even be big enough to take away with her, or just, you know, shove in her bag if she wants something to grab bits of paper out of or anything like that. But I hope she likes it. I think she will. And then what I've also given her is I made another smaller bag using the same instructions from Tracie, but from different music paper, so it seems to have stood up a bit better. And then all I've put in here is just a lot of stuff that I think she might be able to have fun with using for collage. So little matte paper, that's from I think that was from a paper chase pad. I just really liked the design of that. That was from a pucker tea pot, tea bags box. These are more of the avocado dyed. These are pages from a small journal. Just some book pages, some non-stained of the nicely textured that also came out of a little journal from somewhere, some dictionary pages. These are actually, they were paper chain things that I bought, I found in the Crisis charity shop, and I just really loved them. So they're sort of, I think they were made in India, so they're handmade paper, just hand printed. And I just chopped them in half because they were too long. more just, you know, paper from manuals and encyclopedia, I think that might have been, a bit of music paper, some old ledger paper, some tea-dyed index cards of lots of different colours. So again, I thought she might be able to use those. More ledger paper. Ooh, it's another one of those. Another piece of the dyed Nepali paper. This was from an exhibition I went to on Edward Burne-Jones, and I know she likes him, at least I think she does. So I just chopped out that picture for her. Bit of an atlas. Just some paper, some more ledger paper, some pages out of a sort of gardening book, actually, I think this was. Yeah, Pruning Sour Cherry Bush Trees. I really liked those actual images. Some wrapping paper, another index card, but a lined one that I've tea dyed, more avocado dyed, textured paper, page from a book, some craft paper, page out of a plant book, and then I absolutely loved this postcard. Now this one is the Burne-Jones. Yep, this was from the Burne-Jones exhibition I went to, and she's a very good line drawer, Maggie, so I thought I'd include that. So that's all the collaging stuff. And then I also thought I'd give her some of, I've made a load of just like little tags following the tutorial about collaging by Jessica Rapp. So I will also try and remember to link that down below. But I was really pleased with how these came out. This is where she just basically collages across one big piece of relatively lightweight card and just sticks it all on in different layers, washi tape, book pages, stamps them, whatever she feels like doing, and then she will go and slice it all up into the appropriate sizes in a way that looks right to her, and then just round the corners off, which is, she'll then quite often go in and stitch around the edge and do some more to it, but I just liked how these had turned out, so I thought I would give her some of those. I was quite pleased with how those turned out, actually. And then the other thing I did is, out of the same art book that I used for the centre of the signatures, I took some more pictures and collaged on, stuck them onto card, collaged on the back of them. And the only reason I didn't round the corners of these is because some of them have got writing right the way up to the corner, or numbers, and I didn't want to block them out. And also because my corner round has gone a bit knackered. So those are just different pictures that I really quite like the look of, that I thought you might appreciate and maybe get a little bit of inspiration from. Love a good landscape, and I like a good still life. So that is my little package for my friend. Oops. I'll put that together. And what I might do with these envelopes is actually, rather than, I won't stick them down because obviously I haven't got them gummed, but I might just wrap some nice ribbon around them. You can use that. And journal. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that was of some interest, and I hope I will be back again sooner than another 4 or 5 months or whatever it was. I am thinking I might do a video on how I use my junk journal, because I have made a junk journal for myself, and I very much use it for my, you know, sticking in my day-to-day ephemera and reminding me what I've got up to during the week or the month or whatever it might be. So I may well do a video on that next. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Hope you're all well, and happy junk journaling. Take care. Bye bye.